welcome back to the Dog Bowl Food Truck. We have more, as Phoenix puts it, we've got more Franz. How do you feel about our new friend on the on the title screen?
Very good. They inspire confidence.
They inspire confidence. What task shall you approach with confidence, with newfound confidence, now that we have our new friend?
With confidence, I shall crack open this can of peppers.
Damn, he got us. I wasn't ready for that. Alright, that's right, we were doing this one. Was it this one? Yes, it was this one.
Как тебя зовут?
What's your name?
Меня Антон.
Oh my god, immediately we start jumping right into this shit, and I'm like, I want to strangle Anton. Never give the Fae your name! Never give them your name! Ah. I'm Anton.
А тебя?
And you?
А меня нет.
And I'm not.
What? Her eyes became very visible there? What? I'm a little spooked. She's weird. Definitely has a couple screws loose. I think she's got a few screws missing that never came in the box. But she has a nice voice. I mean, I can second that.
In context, if we want this to be slightly less spooky and scary, we can imagine that the sun has begun to rise just enough that we can actually see light, and now we can actually see into the mask.
You know what? That's fair. Oh my goodness. My astonishment has turned into a mix of happiness and relief. This girl I didn't know was definitely human, if a bit eccentric. I feel called out by that sentence. They're definitely human, just a bit eccentric. I mean, we're furries. We should all feel very called out by that.
Maybe.
I was also a bit angry at myself. This foxy girl was walking through the darkness without problem, and I shuddered from every little sound. I could just walk away, but this girl had piqued my interest. The next time a police officer asks me about my friends at the new place, I'll tell him that I befriended a talking fox. I mean, that's fair, I guess.
Ты здесь живешь?
Do you live around here?
В поселке?
In the village. I don't like that sound. The fox giggled and purred. Oh! She spun around so hard the hem of her coat lifted up.
Нет, глупый.
No, dummy.
Лисы не живут в поселках.
Foxes don't live in villages.
Хочешь сказать, ты живешь в лесу?
So you live in the forest, then?
Из какой норы ты вылез?
Have you been living under a rock?
Конечно! Лисам среди людей не выжить.
It's obvious that foxes can't survive anywhere near humans. Except they do, all the time. As long as they're foxes.
That's actually really true. I remember back when I was in Arkansas, we had a whole capture thing sent out by the game wardens because a endangered species of fox was spotted in our area. So we had to, like, basically the game wardens knew enough to say if they said anything, there would be people dumb enough to try and catch them. So they said, if you have possum traps or raccoon traps, this is what you put inside them. And if you call the game wardens, we will give you money.
Fair enough.
Bribe the locals, like trick the locals into doing something you don't want them to do. It's so weird, but you know, you can't tell a redneck no because they take it as a challenge. That's actually is like 90% of the reason why I read since November is just, no, don't do it, Coco. Coco, don't do it. No, don't do it. Don't do it, huh? Well, now.
And they died.
And then I died. Her jokes were also weird. Just like her carnival mask. Paper mache with fur glued onto it. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Did I upset some non-English speakers in the audience? A papier mache, as I learned from We Happy Few. Oh yeah, the dog. There's a dog here. I forgot there was a dog here. Look at that little. I think that's a terrier.
That little scamp.
Yeah.
Little scamp, little puppy, little papu.
Yeah.
Hey, poppy, poppy, doo, poppy, poppy, doo, doo.
The dog reminded us of its existence with a loud bark. Oh, literally. Literally, though. Oh my god. I unfastened my backpack. Dad would sometimes throw food in there without my knowledge. Cookies, apples, or even my favorite crab sticks.
Sorry, crab sticks?
I kind of want to immediately Google this. Hold on. Yeah, so crab sticks are exactly what they sound like. They're just...
Imitation crab meat.
Okay. As somebody who's only recently come to live near enough to the ocean to where even imitation seafood is a fucking option. That's weird. I don't get you. I don't understand you. He called it a gift from the bunny. Alright, why is this a glossary? Oh my god. The glossary from last time is still here. Okay. Treat from the bunny, the uneaten part of a business lunch or a treat specifically bought for children. Parents would tell their children that a bunny asked them to deliver said treat, but it could also be any other animal, a squirrel or a bear, for example. You know, it's an actually interesting little factoid that I learned about in terms of like rabbits and like. So the individual who I'm trying to best to say this without, you know, getting demonetized, demonetized as though I'm getting demonetized, as though I'm getting monetized anytime soon, but still. The individual whose last name is Kaczynski, when he lived out in the woods in his cabin for a long time before, you know, when he started delivering unwanted packages, elbow, to universities, elbow. He actually had his own, part of his manifesto was this weird, not part of his manifesto, but like part of like what he did to entertain himself out there was he created his own like system of religion that he didn't believe in, I don't think, if I remember right. But one of the things that I know Wendigoon went over when he talked about it was like he had Father Rabbit, which was like a mysterious little trickster character, and it was just so bizarre to hear about how a person who is genuinely scarily intelligent, but also legitimately freaking terrifying in what they did. Even if, you know, some of the not violent things they said, they kind of had a point. That is, again, for clarity, don't go out and do bad stuff. Don't do crime. If you do crime, that you did it of your own volition. I had nothing to do with it. But
no crimbus.
Yeah. So it's just so strange to remember that that individual had this strangely whimsical side to him, I guess, is kind of what I was getting at. Anyway, the stray strolled toward me with mincing footsteps, with a pleading look in his eyes. The fox did definitely treat it to something, but it was probably still hungry.
Зачем ты так вырядилась с утра пораньше?
Why are you dressed like this so early in the morning?
На утренник идешь?
Going to a costume party? Yes. The character says, oh my god, her fingers. The character says one thing, and the unsettling music sets in. The girl shrugged, throwing silvery snowflakes off her nose. And her human form along with them, turning into a genuine beast. A real fox. Agile, cunning, dangerous. A moment of hesitation and you'll be ripped to shreds. She'll tear you up and gulp you down without breaking a sweat. I was trying not to make a transformation joke, but now we're talking about this. Oh no. Mal's, help me block out the horny.
She is a child.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I needed that. Huh. I couldn't help but just stand there as a stump. What the fuck is this kid? This is fucking weird. I don't... Yeah. Until I heard her calm, melodic laughter, hidden underneath the beastly mask.
Видел бы ты свою маску, сладенький.
I wish you could have seen your own mask, sweetie.
Sweet... Did she say sweetie? I got embarrassed, went red up to my hair roots. We'd seen a fox in a zoo once when we went there with Dad, but it had patchy fur, was gray and skinny. But this girl was of fiery color and furry, just like in fairy tales. I was still rummaging through my backpack. My fingers were searching for the dog's treat, stumbled upon some soft, crumpled object.
Ничего,
You'll see.
скоро проснутся настоящие звери.
The real beasts will wake up soon.
Спроси-ка лучше у них, где они взяли свои человеческие лица.
You should ask them where they got their human faces.
The girl's shadow was dancing in the lamp's light. How's that possible? Lamps are like these kinds of streetlights would be stationary.
But is she?
Yeah. Dog. The dog yapped in agreement. I freaked out and dropped my finding in the snow without getting a proper chance to examine it. Cold wind instantly covered the hole it created with snow. The dog rushed to dig it out, wanting to get its treat. And the fox just snorted. Now I was so embarrassed I wanted to sink through the snow. It was still dark outside of the electric circle. On the contrary, the darkness seemed even more thick. All neighboring houses were sleeping deeply in its inkiness. I did my best to continue the conversation with the weird girl I didn't know.
Ты в школу идешь?
So, are you going to school?
Ах, ну какой же дурачок!
You're a real dummy.
Так ничего и не понял.
Don't you get it?
Oh yes, and now we remember the slort, the slort hat.
Lord.
Slort.
Lord hat.
Slort hat.
Book slort.
Actually, that reminds me. Where did you start learning Cyrillic?
So I literally just popped Duolingo on, and I didn't study for terribly long. I was using it to teach myself just enough that I could utilize some language aids in order to translate a certain webcomic about dragons. into English because most of them were written in Cyrillic, but occasionally, very occasionally, there would be one in that was actually translated to English, and I liked them so much I had to translate the rest.
Dang. You know, there needs to be like a service like specifically targeted at furries to translate things because, you know, furries are gonna do what furries do and things are going to get interesting, to say the least. And I feel like that would, there's probably somebody out there that's already had the idea of, like, you know, to translate things into Spanish and Chinese and all the other like majorly spoken languages.
But yeah, I don't remember if the comic series that I'm thinking about has like a proper name. I can't even remember what artist was drawing it. But like they were really cute, like little quick like kind of like old school newspaper comics where each one would just be a couple of panels.
Yeah, kind of like what Spider-Man does for his small on top 3-panel comic things.
Sure.
Oh.
Sure. Nod. Yes, totally. I know you've shared it with me before, but I've completely forgotten about.
Hey, that's all right. That's all right. I feel like you've become accustomed to me long enough. I'm a never-ending series of references to other media that just pops into my head.
Yeah, like one in particular that I'm remembering at this very moment was this guy's sitting at a desk and he's looking over like a resume and he's saying, okay, so you want a job here at the firework factory.
Oh!
And
What?
you got fired from your last job because you sneezed. And then the cameraman, the last panel shows this big, kind of chunky green dragon with just a little bit of fire coming out of his nose, and he just says yes.
Oh no. Oh man. Hey, you know what, when this video comes out, if anybody in the comments or listening to this actually knows what comic that is, please leave a comment, because that sounds great. Oh dear. Welp, I was trying to be friendly, but she can't stop mocking me. Calling me a dummy and all. I should have moved along without paying any attention to this weirdo and her stupid dog.
А ты чего обзываешься?
Why are you so mean?
Не хочешь отвечать, и пожалуйста.
Don't answer if you don't want to.
Don't
Никто не требует.
ask and where.
Wait, what did it say?
Don't ask and where.
Okay, you know what? For those of you watching my Echo playthrough, I do rib the... I rib the fucking Echo typos as well, so this is fair game. It's not like I care. Still, something froze me in place, tugged me toward the dark figure.
Oh no.
What?
Oh no, it's Pubertus.
Oh no. Hello, Mario. I am Luigi. What we're experiencing is puberty. Shout out to anybody that knows that hyper-specific reference.
Oh god. Hello, Mario.
I'm Luigi. But Luigi, what about teen pregnancy and STD? That video was so terrible in all the fucking best ways. Oh man. A mysterious appearance, her voice that was velvety and just languid enough. I was intrigued and excited. I watched her as people watch fires burn.
Ой, да не дуйся.
Oh, stop pouting.
Гляди-ка лучше.
Look here.
Ты нравишься Жульке.
Julka took a liking to you.
The dog was digging through snow with sharp movements, snoring loudly.
Snoring?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume snorting. The fox turned around and looked at the windows of a nearby house as its timbered front through the white mist.
Slorting. Slurting loudly.
Slort. It's all because of the slort. What kind of slort did you play during the summer? The tip of her fake nose was shining under the lamp's light.
И не только ей.
And maybe someone else too.
I went red again, like a boiled crayfish this time. Sir, I believe you went monochrome. I believe this whole damn thing went monochrome, which that ain't no shade. Well, there's a lot of shade. A lot of shading, but still.
There's so much shading.
Is she talking about herself or someone else? I hoped that the semi-dark would be able to hide my embarrassment from the girl. I cleared my throat before asking.
А кому еще я нравлюсь?
What are these pursed lips? What is
Itchy.
Yes, this is the sound of someone speaking with pursed lips. And who's that person? I waited, counting my heartbeat. The fox didn't reply. Her sly stare was scanning the frosty patterns of someone's window. She was reading them, like a glass book. Kind of like the fox outside the window did at the very beginning of the game, huh?
I mean, not the very beginning, but yes.
Yeah. I wonder what she can see in those winter paintings. The stray stopped rummaging through the snow. It ran to me, holding my object in her jaws.
Oh, her?
Yeah, Zholka is feminine.
Hmm.
A mitten. Oh no. Could it be the one I found in the forest? What is it doing here? When I looked closer, I realized that it was just my mitten. Maybe Mom stuffed it in there when I was asleep? A certain missing boy immediately came to mind.
Эй, ты знаешь что-нибудь про Вову?
Hey, do you know anything about Vova? I imagined the scene, silhouettes dancing in the clearing. Jesus, flashbang! Ah! Okay, if the game's gonna be like that, I'm turning my desk lamp on. Ah! The dance on the night when Vova had disappeared. A boy who, when found, can provide a big reward and maybe save my family.
There has been no stated prospect of a reward.
There hasn't, but oh my god. There's only one thing worse than a rapist. A child. I remembered my birthday, when our parents promised to take me and Olya into Disneyland in Paris. Hold up! Hold up! Okay, yes, okay, so we are further cemented to be solidly in the 90s block. Because Disneyland Paris opened in 92.
I'm older than Disneyland.
Disney Paris, at least. But then again, that was a Bob Iger venture, which... No, not Bob Iger, Michael Eisner. Bob Iger is the, at the time of recording, current CEO. Which, by the way, if you haven't looked into, if you know, anybody listening to this has not looked into the wacky, wild history of all the shit that Michael Eisner got up to while he was the head of Disney, just look into that. The shenanigans. Like, head of the entire Disney company, allegedly, was spotted in a furniture store, like a warehouse furniture store, picking out the chairs that would go into the dining room of a new restaurant that would open in one of the Disney parks. That level of micromanaging is fucking nightmarish. I could not imagine. Ugh. But instead of a long-anticipated gift, they gave me a simple brick game console. Visibly embarrassed. I was crying my eyes out back then, demanding to take me to the promised amusement park. That was the first time when Mom and Dad had a big fight. My greediness shattered their relationship. Oh no. Oh fuck. So I'm gonna be real for 2 seconds here. I came from a broken home, somewhat. I don't know how, I might be slightly misusing that term, but basically, my mom and my stepdad were getting a divorce, we're heading towards a divorce. And on some level, I thought it was my fault because he got caught cheating. But that's because when basically he fell off the face of the earth for like 2 days, for like a weekend. And as we were driving, I forget where we were driving to or from, but I look over and I go, "Mom, look, that's Daddy's car." And I remember my grandmother was in the passenger seat, and Mom was like, no, whatever. And my sister was also like, no. But then Grandma looks over and she just gently places her hand on my mom's arm and says, "Turn the car around." So my mom goes up, knocks on the door, and that's how she caught my fucking stepdad cheating.
Delightful.
What's that?
Delightful.
Absolutely fucking horrendous. And I have to wonder, like, they were probably headed toward a divorce, but what would have happened had I not noticed that was his car?
How long would it have gone on?
How long would it have gone on? What would have happened? Would they have made up and that would have been like his little fucking secret? I don't know. But look, the reason I bring this up is because when you're a child and your parent and things are happening, usually you default to one of two things. Either one, it's not my fault because it couldn't be my fault because I don't understand how it's my fault, or the complete opposite where it's all my fault because it has to be my fault because I don't understand why it's my fault. Especially when parents like Anton and Olia's parents are not doing a very good job of keeping their kids away from it. If your parents are fighting or arguing, it's not about you. It doesn't matter if something you said led to them fighting. That's not your fault. That's their fault. they are the ones who have a problem with each other. It's not that you caused the problem. It's not even that you brought the problem to light. It's that they took something and decided this will be an argument now. When as adults, that should have never been an option for them, especially not in front of you. I've seen how ugly divorce can be. And I need anybody who needs to hear this to know it's not your fault. It never was. They were always going to end up fighting about something, and they just couldn't handle or be adults about it long enough to where, or think about you, which they should. That's why ad litems, or lawyers for children, exist. You are not the problem. Your parents are. All right? Oh, fuck. Sorry, that just hit a nerve. That hit a nerve really close to home. And we're not playing Echo, so I wasn't expecting that. Anyway. Okay. If only I could fix everything, gather everybody I love, and take them to Disneyland.
В ночь, когда пропал Вова, я, кажется, видел, как кто-то похожий на тебя плясал под моим окном.
Oh, Anta, don't admit it! Don't admit it, you fool! On the night Vova had disappeared, I think I saw someone looking like you, dancing under my window. It couldn't be true, but I felt like her mask became even more sly. The fox was sniffing me out.
А что? Ты тогда испугался?
Oh, that got you worried?
За себя или кого-то еще?
For yourself or for someone else?
Oh yeah. As soon as I thought about my sister, my chest tightened and cold sweat streamed down my spine.
Ну так слушай меня внимательно, мальчик по имени Антон.
Well then, listen closely. A boy named Anton.
Это большой и страшный лес.
This is a big and scary forest.
The fox girl stepped forward, menacingly.
И я не единственный его обитатель.
And I'm not its only tenant.
Другие звери уже знают о тебе.
The other beasts already know about you.
Берегись нас. Этой ночью мы опять придем.
Beware. We'll come again tonight.
I couldn't have talked to this evil in child form, I thought, panicking.
Пока ты со своей семьей будешь спать,
When you and your parents will be fast asleep,
танцуем.
we'll sneak really close and dance.
Макарену!
Macarena!
Чё?
Ah?
Эй, Макарена!
Hey, Macarena!
Ay! Me too, Anton!
У тебя прямо челюсть отвисла, Антоша!
Look at you! Your mouth is a cape, Antosha!
What the fuck is going on? Fucking cat, fucking dog hardware on cat software, or whatever the saying is. What the fuck?
The phrase is that foxes are cat software running on dog hardware. Yes.
Malsanz, can we get a danger level on this fox? I'm scrambled. I don't know what to think anymore.
On a scale of 5, she's a 2 at best.
Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna trust that. I don't trust her. I trust you though, because what the fuck is happening?
What's happening is a girl is really enjoying fucking with a boy about her age.
Oh my god. I hate everything about this scene. I don't like this. And Tosha. What even is that?
Another diminutive of Anton.
Oh my god.
Kind of like how, I think just like how Olia calls him Tosha.
Yeah, okay.
It's the next step back from that.
Oh my god.
Видел он меня ночью у своего окна. Ага, как же.
He saw me near his window at night. Yeah, right.
А ты случаем не местный дурачок, нет?
Are you by any chance a dimwit?
Меня не отпускают гулять так поздно.
Nobody would let me go outside that late.
Здесь, знаешь ли, дети пропадают.
Children go missing here, you know.
I'm sorry, but that right there just made me think of like the gif of Gus from Breaking Bad, just like smiling, serious. I touched the plastic frame of my glasses, puzzled by her silly joke. She got me scared to death.
Ой, да не тереби ты окуляры свои.
Hey, why don't you stop fondling your glasses?
Я раньше тоже близорукой была.
I was also nearsighted once.
Лучше послушай меня. Может быть, ума наберешься.
Listen to me, and maybe you'll become smarter.
Лисичку как обычно называют?
Remember, what do they call foxes?
Плутовка?
Cunning?
Mm,
Well, I mean, isn't it Fox's Cunning, Eagle's Splendor, and Cat's Grace and all?
Oh my god, you D&D brain man.
Look, I'm sorry! That Fox's Cunning is drilled into my head, okay?
It's fine. It's
What?
fine.
What?
Continue to simp for the Wizards of the Coast. It's fine.
Look, I don't actively promote them or anything. There's so much better things, like Ether Adrift, now available on DriveThruRPG, created by one Demon Skunk. You should go look at it. It looks very cute, very fun, and if you like gremlins from Spiral Knights, there's a legally distinct race that you may enjoy. Anyway, my words seem to hurt her.
Ох ты ж!
Hey, what did you...
Sorry. Her laughter was akin to the jingle of a pair of silver bells.
Да шучу я!
Just pulling your leg.
Конечно, плутовкой.
Of course we're cunning.
Если ты ловкий и смелый, не боишься
If
с
you're
плутовкой
agile and
водить,
brave enough to
я
befriend
тебе
a cunning
помогу
fox,
разыскать
I'll help you look for your
Вову.
fova.
Ты же неспроста его ищешь, да?
There's a reason you're doing it, right?
I shrugged in reply. Her insight was alarming.
Знаю, почему дети повадились соваться в
I
наш
know
лес.
why чildren have been swarming our forest recently.
Порой там можно найти много всякого
Sometimes
интересного.
you can find a lot of interesting stuff there.
Я вот однажды нашла целый
One
сугроб
day,
конфет.
I saw a huge pile of candy once, and I swam in it until my jaws cramped.
A pile of candy. I can't deduce whether she believed in what she was saying from the tone of her voice. I showed her another smile, a fake one this time.
Посмотрите-ка, какой недоверчивый.
Boo, so hairy.
Ну-ну, а что ты на это скажешь?
Well, what will you say to this then?
Turbo. Yo, this is a cool picture. That's a really good perspective. She held out her hand in a furry mitten. There was an assortment of sweets in her palm. In the city where I used to live, sweets like these were sold at markets or in kiosks. Well, I think we know what a kiosk is, but is there a specific dialectic for that? Small container type shops selling wide assortment of products, from bubblegum to vodka, clothing, or even home appliances. Types of shops are popular in the 90s in Russia, more often than not tied to criminal organizations. That I did know. I only knew that because there was a movie called Branded, and there's like a tidbit in there about the guy creating a fake news report about his old boss at a kiosk being tied to some organized crime boss or some shit like that. You know, okay, hold on. What's your Halloween candy of choice?
Me?
Yes.
If it's specifically Halloween, I'm gonna go for Dots. If we're doing like candy in general, I'm gonna go for Twizzlers.
So you like the artificial, like, gummy fruit stuff?
I like gummies, yes. I don't really like hard candies. I don't like caramel. I'm not super big on chocolates because most of them are kind of low quality.
Yeah. I mean, I've been getting into Tony's Chocolonely lately, which is cruelty-free chocolate. Specifically in that it is child labor-free chocolate. Huh. But I don't know. I wonder, like, is Halloween as big of a thing in other countries as it is in America?
No.
No? Huh.
No.
Dang. Y'all are missing out. Get spooky. I saw my favorite bubblegum in a vivid wrapper among the tasty treasure. A familiar name was on it. Turbo. Jesus, a lot of glossary entries. A brand of chewing gum with fruity flavors produced by a Turkish company, Kent Gita, containing inserts with photos of cars and motorbikes. It was very popular among small kids and teens in the late 80s, early 90s in the USSR, CIS countries, Poland, and Romania. CIS. What is that one again? I don't remember. A triangular fox face poked her nose toward me.
Угощайся.
Take some.
Take some? No! We're breaking every rule of messing with fairies! God damn it! No names! Don't hint at loved ones! Don't take anything from them, especially if it's food! No! We're breaking all the rules!
У меня их полные карманы.
My pockets are just full of these.
Oh!
Go ahead, Fay boy.
Drop a save. Now here's the thing. I feel like Anton, as a character, is inquisitive enough to do it.
He's also scared enough not to do it.
This is true. Do you think he's smart enough to realize how much of an obvious trap this is, given his, like, favorite is, like, right on top? I don't know if he is.
I think he's... I honestly think he's more likely to do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's a push. Let's not mince words here. Anton is a pushover.
I like this little head tilt when you mouse overtaking it. Like, go on. Yeah, he's a... let's do it. Let's take the candy. I accept the treat, and catching a whiff of the girl's smell. Fur, fireworks, and citrus. The smell of holidays. My fingers tingled while I was carefully unwrapping the gum. Peachy aroma entered my nostrils. And something else. Something unfamiliar, but pleasant. A fruity cube ended up in my mouth. I started moving my molars, chewing the gum. It tasted like your usual Turkish gum, Only my tongue went a bit numb. I couldn't even believe my luck after opening the insert.
Oh my god.
Oh, I meant to click the glossary. Bubblegum insert games. Type of games where players put bubblegum inserts onto their palm and try and flip it by throwing it in the air. The player who happens to flip one or more inserts claims them as a prize. Those inserts were often considered as collectibles. I looked at a Mercedes...
That sounds like the shittiest game of jacks ever.
Right. I looked at a Mercedes-Benz, an extremely rare and hence desirable collector's item for any boy from my previous neighborhood. My heart skipped a beat. I was barely able to tear my eyes off the insert. Still stunned.
Это же...
This...
Это...
This is...
Теперь понял, что можно найти
Now,
в
do you
лесу?
see what can be found in the forest?
Только на твоем месте я бы туда в одиночку не ходила.
Still, I wouldn't go there alone if I were you.
Тебе вон от жвачки в забу дыхание сперло.
You get so flustered over simple bubblegum after all.
Don't call me out like that, game.
А представляешь, что с тобой будет?
Imagine
Если
what would
найдешь
happen if you find a
чемодан
travel case full of
фантиков.
these.
Голову напрочь снесет. И пиши
It'll
пропало.
surely blow your mind.
Unusual treats. Just like everything about her. I carefully hid the insert in my bag, as if I was putting a rare butterfly in a can. The fox giggled. This is not how things are supposed to go on Monday morning. I mean, I had a Monday morning. Fucking hell did I have a Monday morning. But I don't think we have time to get into that. Yeah, we ain't got time to get into that. But, oh man. So this is turning into a hell of a uncomfortable encounter.
I think it already was.
I mean, it already was. This is like the title card, basically, of the whole fucking VN for me, because this is, you know, what led me to it. But okay. I think that is where we're gonna have to call it for this time.
Nah.
I know, but we can't make these things too long now. Besides, my average viewer time on any of my videos is 6 minutes. Looking at all of y'all. Looking at all y'all who just like click on it, give me like 3 minutes and click away. Yeah, ADHD boys and girls.
Yeah, all of those people who have not made it to this part of the video.
Yeah, exactly. That's why this is the Cool Kids Club.
Cool kids!
Alright.
Don't be like Anton, everybody. Watch the full video.
Yeah, there we go. Alright. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Have a good night, guys.